What's up, guys? Today we're doing El Capitan by Bright Eyes. This is off a suggestion, so thank you very much. This is a pretty simple song. The only kink in here is that Connor uses a really weird tuning when he plays it live. But I'm going to teach you how to play it in standard tuning, and it's going to sound great. It's pretty easy, and it's very similar to the recording, if not exactly the same. So yeah, let's get into it. So the song starts out with an intro in the G major chord. I'm using this fingering, but you can also do it like this. Just this fingering is better for when you switch to the C. This right here is my ring finger on the first string from the top on the 3rd fret, my middle finger on the 2nd string from the top on the 2nd fret, and my pinky on the 3rd fret of that last string. And to make it sound like the recording, you're gonna have to palm mute. If you haven't palm muted before, it's a good time to learn. All you're doing is taking the heel of your palm and putting on the bottom of these strings right here and strumming. Because you're pressing on the strings, it takes a lot of the tonality away. So like up here, you can't hear it all. Because we're down here, you can still hear some of the notes, which gives it a thick, full, cool sound. So yeah, he's on that G, and he's doing a march. You have to replicate that march with your pick, so it's bum, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, 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 down. To get that lower note, we're gonna take off these 2 fingers for some of it. So it's. So you see me lifting off these 2 fingers? Yeah. So you do that 4 times. So I'll go through the intro. And then you start the verse. And he's like standing there watching as they climbing up El Capitan. So that whole stand there watching all the way up to tan, you're doing a G again. So it's like same march, same thing, but you're not pulling off. And then you switch to a C major chord, which you've probably seen before. It is your ring finger on the 3rd fret of that 2nd string from the top, your middle finger on that 2nd fret of that 3rd string from the top, and your pointer finger on the 1st fret of that 5th string from the top. We're also palm muting, but the rhythm is a little different. I've noticed these are very minute details, but when he plays, it sounds like he's doing. So it's down, 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 down. And he does that for the same amount of time that he did the G before. So it's like 2 bars of G. But I should have done the marching pattern anyway. And then you go. So it's the G to the C. Then we go back to the G for the same amount of time. And then we go to a D. D is pointer finger on that 4th string, 2nd fret, ring finger on that 5th string, 3rd fret, and middle on that last string, 2nd fret. So G for 2, C for 2 with a different pattern. G for 2 again, D for 2 with the same pattern from the C. So it's cool, that's the first half of the verse. I'm gonna play it real quick. Cool. Second half of the verse, you go from that D to a C for 2. So instead of going back to that G like we had been before, you go to the C. So it's and then to the G. So D for 2, C for 2, then G for 2, then the D once again, and the G. And you're out of the verse and you're doing that thing again. And to the next verse. Nice. Here's the whole verse for you. Play it out. Oh, sorry. So yeah, it's the verse and then the end of it with the little thing. So there are 4 verses in total in this song. You do 2 of them, and so you just repeat that twice. Then you do a chorus, then you do 2 more, then you do another chorus, and then we have the outro. Now I'm going to teach you the chorus. Okay, so for the chorus, we're finally going to stop palm muting and just let it rip. In the song, it goes into like electric mode, but for acoustic, I'm going to have my own strumming pattern that I'm going to show y'all, but you can really do any strumming pattern you want, that you're comfortable with, as long as you get the timing right. So I'm going to demonstrate the chorus, and then I'll walk you through what I was doing. It goes, and when it's time to play the piper, be first in line. That last G is, that's the end of it. So what did I just do? I did a C to G for that first line. So the strumming pattern I'm using is but you can do any strumming pattern you want, as I said, whatever's easiest to you. But I suggest mine because I think it sounds cool. So you're doing the C into the G, and then for the second line you're going back to C to G, and in time. So the third line you're going D, they'll decide. So this D should be cut in half. So the C's and the G's for earlier are for 2 bars, but this D is just for 1. And then it goes to an E. An E minor right here is middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string from the top, and ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string from the top. And in time we'll decide what's yours to C. And the C is for full length, the 2 bars. And then we go back to the G for the start of the 4th line. And do that for full length. So in time, we'll decide what was yours. G for the full thing. G, D for 2. And then we end / transition back to the march from before with the palm muting. And that's the instrumental between the chorus and the 3rd verse. Cool. Okay, so you made it to the outro. That means we did the intro, we did 2 verses, we did the chorus, then we did the bridge between the chorus and the 3rd verse, which is the same as the intro. Then we did 2 more verses, and we did the chorus again, and we do the singing outro, which is G for 2. It's, hey, I warned you, I did warn you, hey baby, I warned you. It's just, that's it. Then there's an instrumental outro, which is, I'll go through it. You don't have to palm mute for this part, it's just G, 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 C, C, it's all not palm muted. Go back, figure that out. I'm not going to go through every single one. And then finally, it's back to palm muting for the end of it. Same march as before. So I just did that, and then do that one more time, and that's it. That's the whole song. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like or something if I made your day better. Consider subscribing. I have all the songs that the evil overlord guitar tutorial channels do not want to put up on YouTube. And please drop a comment below, suggestion, anything. Have a great day.